Welcome back, and thank you so much for being here. So, this is the beginning of section 4 of activating positive energy for health and happiness. And so far in this course, we've been through 3 sections. The first section was the introduction. Remember the philosophy of you become what you think about, talking about the bridge, talking about focusing on the positive and developing these points of strength, and also getting inspiration from quotes like Rumi's quote, yesterday I was clever, I wanted to change the world, today I'm wise, so I'm changing myself. And then we discussed the challenges of the mind. We talked about things like negativity bias, like confirmation bias, like negative self-talk, like brain chatter, and we also did some exercises and realized that there are some positive mental skills like positive self-talk and mindfulness and other things that can help us in our challenges towards positive mental energy. And then we talked about the realm of the heart, and we also talked about how there are these toxic emotions. Remember the storm, the stress, storm. We talked about how these toxic emotions can be really detrimental for our emotional well-being. And we also did some exercises and talked about the importance of gratitude, forgiveness, love, joy, happiness. So there we go. So now we're about to dive in to the first lecture of section number 4, which is called the Drought. And we're talking about the body. And let me start again with this dialogue that we normally have about this specific section or this subject, and it's this question: what are 3 unhealthy eating habits that don't serve you or support you? So 3 unhealthy eating habits that you're aware of. Like we all know, we've read, we've been exposed to, the dangers of excessive sugar, the dangers of like a very high carb diet, like these white carbs, like the white pasta, the white rice, the white bread, the vanilla ice cream. We talked also about, we're aware of, the importance of having a balance. And let me just share with you, because when I was younger, I was not so conscious of nutrition in general. And, it would be very normal for me in a typical day to have melted cheese sandwiches for breakfast, followed by lots of carbonated soft drinks, have some fried foods or pizza or cheeseburgers and French fries for lunch, and then have a family dinner, which was in Egypt composed of pretty heavy meals, with lots of butter and oil and ghee and carbs. And even though I was quite an active person, I was really overweight, and this was because my nutrition awareness was just zero. So I'm very grateful and blessed to have been able to become more aware of the importance of this fuel that we're putting into this amazing engine that we've been blessed with, this instrument to take action into the world, to make a difference in the world. So, fuel. So here's this picture of this cracked, dry earth, the drought. First one, dehydration. So this is the first physical challenge. I don't know anybody in my personal vicinity, whether it's friends or family or partners, or that drinks the 2 or 3 liters of fresh water that we're supposed to drink every day. Most people get it from the tea and from the coffee and from the juices, but pure water? I don't know anybody who actually, I don't even do it, and I say that we have to do it. I probably get about a liter and a half. I should get double that. So dehydration. The body is more than 80% water. We need water to function at our optimum, our most optimum, our mental clarity, our physical well-being, our fluidity and all that stuff. So we need water. Lack of exercise. So I always like to talk about this law of thermodynamics, I believe. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed, transmuted from one kind to another. So if you're feeling lethargic, it is because you're not exercising enough. Say that again. If you're feeling lazy, it's because you're not exercising enough. It's the chicken or the egg. And if you're full of energy, it's because you are exercising. So the more exercise you do, the more energy you will have. The less exercise you will do, the more lethargic you will feel. It's that simple. That's the way it works. So dehydration, lack of exercise. Lack of sleep. Now, obviously we have our ups and downs. We have the rhythms of our life. We have, 12-hour days or insomnia, whatever it is. But in general, I think, in my view, it's really important that the 24 hours that we're given every day are allocated and broken up into 8 hours of rest, sleep, 8 hours of work, and 8 hours of recreation, pastimes, hobbies, spending time with your partner, spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, spending time with your children. This balance. But we need sleep because it is during sleep that we, if we're building muscle, that's when our muscles regenerate. It's when, we repair the tissue. It's when we heal. It's when we get this mental clarity. It's when we let go of a lot of stress, dreams, all these things. So sleep is really, really crucial. We talked about the importance of nutrition, of the unhealthy diet. So having an unhealthy diet and, not having enough macronutrients and all that stuff is really important. And I'd like to talk a little bit about, so it is the year 2017. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but there's a couple of documentaries that have come out about, going vegan, about, not having animal products, about being organic all the time, about, paleo, ketosis. There's so many different ideas, about what the right nutrition is. My personal view is it's important, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a human being like you, but I've experienced all of these different nutrition modalities and systems. My own experience is it's important to have all the macronutrients in balance, eggs, lean animal protein, pescatarian, maybe fish, maybe, lean beef or lean chicken, but, in good amounts. Lots of, greens, your spinach, your rocca, your kale, all that is important. Your onions, your garlic, your fruits, your oranges, your bananas, your mangoes, that's what I eat. And then, things like brown rice or quinoa, those are good as well. Honey, I love honey. I eat a lot of honey. So what I'm trying to say is, in my personal view, having this balanced macronutrients and just eating real food, eating the food that nature has given us in balance, that's the way I do it, right? And then negative environment. So, the negative environment, the environment that we live in, what we surround ourselves with, it's really important to be aware of that and be able to make small changes in where you spend a lot of your time to make it more appealing and more conducive to your own well-being, your own energy. So those are our physical challenges. And I'd like to just speak a little bit about the science behind why exercise is so crucial in activating this positive energy for health and for happiness, right? So let's talk first about endorphins. Endorphins are the body's natural painkillers, and they block pain. And when we exercise rigorously or do like strength training, they help us to cope with the pain by activating the body's natural painkillers. So endorphins are released when we lift or we do stressful or strenuous exercise. Serotonin boosts our mood and makes us more agreeable and sociable and results from aerobic exercise. And serotonin also lingers in our system after we finish exercise. So if I've done 40 laps, or I've went for on the elliptical trainer for like an hour, I went down for a bike ride, and I come back home and I take a shower and I'm just chilling out, I feel fantastic for a good 3-4 hours afterwards. That's the serotonin. Dopamine is the pleasure hormone, and it is stimulated when we strive towards a certain goal. Since dopamine is associated with goal achievement, setting a distance or a time target or lifting a certain amount on the bench will stimulate its production. So when we talk about endorphins and we talk about serotonin, we talk about dopamine, the different way that you design your exercise routine will have a direct effect and impact on which of these happy neurotransmitters are being released. So it's really interesting. If I just go for a bike ride, I'm going to probably release serotonin. But if I go for a bike ride and try to beat my last lap time or my last, around the block, that might release serotonin and dopamine. And if in the middle of it, I just go and I start to do some heavy chin-ups and some heavy squats and stress a little bit on the muscles, I might end up releasing endorphins. So just being aware that the reason exercise is such a great way to handle stress and to activate positive energy and boost your own health and boost your own happiness is very much because of these happy neurotransmitters. At this point, we've just finished the first lecture of section number 4, which is about the challenges, the negative challenges and physical challenges to the environment and the body. And in the next section, we're going to talk about the positive actions that we can take to really make the most out of this incredible, instrument and engine that we've been given, and really boost and activate positive energy in our body and in our well-being. So thank you, and see you there.